Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brent. In my hands is Redshift #1 from Scout Comics. Been out for a while. We did a review of the second issue. I said I would do an review of the first issue. Well, I'm not going to leave you wanting. So it's written by H.S. Tack, art by Brent McKee, color by Sebastian, Cheng, lettering by Joel Rodriguez. As I said in my review of the second issue, I really enjoyed the first issue. I think this is a pretty cool series. It's a really nice, solid setup. The story is humanity is on this planet. I'm pretty sure it's Mars. I don't know if they ever say it's Mars, but I'm pretty sure it's Mars. They don't, I think, ever really explain why they're not on Earth. And just everything has just gone to hell. They don't have the supplies to survive. Things are breaking down. It's very much Total Recall. Things are gone, at the end destroyed level of stuff. So what they do is they build a giant ship, or they've been building giant ships and sending people off to try to go find habitable planets. They are calling upon someone to do the latest trip. It is the son of the last person to go out. So he doesn't want to leave his family behind. They've already lost their mother. And likelihood is he's going to go as well. But they've got a planet that is a good chance that it could be a new home. So they want to go and send him to try to go fix that. So the question is he going to go? And I'm not going to ruin it. I think it's actually really solid direction the comic goes. That's a nice twisted turn from what you would expect. But the things I really like about the comic is that it sets up the world really nicely. There is a lot of thought to the detail. There's a lot of specific conversations back and forth that I think are really good. And the kind of the world itself is really, really put together. Like, you can clearly see what's going on. You can see these people laboring. You can see how things are kind of falling apart. It's not just a thing where they say, here's what these issues are. They also show it a lot. This is a comic that there's a lot of detail in the visuals that go along with the dialogue and the story, and they really all come together to build a nice world and to build a nice narrative to go off of. The other thing is there is a lot of tension in the family here. We've got characters who clearly they've lost a loved one to this trip previously. There's trepidation about doing this because there's a good chance you're never coming home. So what do you do? Like, do you leave your younger brother? Do you leave your father, who's been widowed, alone on this dying planet, or do you just stick it out and say someone else should deal with this? I'm gonna stay here with my family. Like, it's a really interesting question, and I think it's a great debate to have. And the comic, I think, really shows kind of that emotional the emotional back and forth about all of that. How does a family deal with that? Of we've sent off your mother to be our national hero, and she's likely dead, and she's not coming back. Like, how does that family deal with it? Like, are you proud of her? Are you angry that she was lost? Are you, is it a combination of the two of those things? Like, the comic, it doesn't dance around that. It actually kind of explores that, but it doesn't actually directly explore that. You see that in the decisions, you see that in the discussions, you see that in the facial expressions and the body language. I think the comic does a really great job of pulling all that together to really make its case about the story. It's also a lot of background about the main character, about the guy that they want to choose to go. We learn a lot about him as to why he would be the one. Like, why is this guy the hero to save the planet? And that way, I think it's a really solid setup, and it also makes its case that way. So overall, I think the comic's really cool. If you're into sci-fi, check it out. I think it's well worth checking out. Like, it's well worth reading. It's well worth exploring. And with the second issue out this week, it's a perfect opportunity to go and get the first two issues if you haven't. So I recommend it. As someone who enjoys sci-fi much more than fantasy, this is kind of right up my alley, and I'm digging the start. I think this is a really good series, and there's a lot of good details about it. So I'm kind of excited to see where it all goes. So Redshift #1 has been out in shops for a while. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We'll probably have some links underneath where you can purchase your own copy. They might be affiliate links, not quite sure. By doing that, you help support our site, though, so thank you. And just watching our videos support us, so thank you for that as well. If you're into Scout Comics, if you're into comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.